We're back for some more puzzles. Puzzles of the rated and timed variety. So right now we're just shy of 2850. Actually, I think this is an all-time peak on my account for puzzle rating. So let's get to it. Well, a lot of things are hanging. A white's rook in the corner is hanging. This guy here. There's some tension here. I'm also really focused on the weakness of this king. So the first move I look at really is check. And the point being that if the king were to step to g2, then we take this guy with check, and then probably we figure out how to save the rook with check so that we can pick up the other rook. And hopefully not allow some perpetual along the way. So this seems like a strong candidate move. I think if the king were to step to the back rank, then we would definitely get this check. Or at the very least, this queen check, and then queen takes. So maybe we want our rook on the second rank. Since we can force getting the king to g2 with this check, let's calculate this line first. After check, here, takes. If the king steps back now, then it's going to be mate. You can't press the pawn forward, so the king is left only with this option to come to a3. But when you come to a3, after this queen check, what's happening? King steps up. I don't see any more checks, actually. So I really want to do everything with check. So here, takes, king here. Check. If pawn were to come forward, I'd have rook check. Which seems bad for white. Because then if you come forward, I'd have queen check, perhaps. So after here, 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 here. Do I have to give check? Is it possible for me just to take this pawn with my rook and threaten mate? Some sort of mating net. White's only really feasible check is here. Then we take the rook, and then check, and then king comes back. And it's actually really hard for white to make progress with the checks because they can't step forward, and eventually will step out of check. So that seems good enough. So in that case, let's give check, let's take, let's go here, and let's take. Alright. Yeah, I didn't find a good check at this point, but realized, okay, here is a mating net. If white doesn't have perpetual, then it's just going to be checkmate. And white didn't have perpetual, I think, in part because our queen covers these squares, and it's hard for white's queen to come forward to give perpetual. So the next puzzle. Of course, our knight is attacked. There might even be themes of sacrifice here. But at the very least, it looks like black blocks. The move we really want to play is e6. That really just opens up the king, maybe even at the expense of our knight. Of course, we're also attacking black's knight, but after black takes in return, I don't see what the follow-up is. So if we play here, and they take, we might be able to take here, and we might be able to play queen b5. It's unclear for winning material there, though. So like, for instance, here, here, here. Okay, so now we've given up a queen and a knight so that we can go bishop check, knight blocks, then we take, queen takes, take, take, and then we have to take this pawn back. So it's just an even trade of material. So after here takes, what if we take here? Then we can go king takes, queen e6, Seems a little unclear. So maybe I'm missing some forcing move. After here and here, do I have something better? Do I have something I'm missing? Like after here and takes and pawn takes. And knight blocks. You'd like to deliver mate on f7, but we don't have that lined up. So I've already taken a excuse me. I've already taken a few minutes on this puzzle. If we take the knight, we take the knight. There will be pawn takes pawn check. Alternatively, maybe we can go here. So that if black takes, we take. Then there's queen blocks. Yeah, so I'm missing some theme here. So pardon my silence. I really want this to work. So let's say takes in here and check. If king comes back, we're down a knight. We have to justify that somehow. Because like even if we go bishop here, at least there should be d5 for black. who has 3 pieces guarding, and we will only have our bishop and our queen. Our knight's not even involved. I really don't know. This is 6 minutes in, and I feel like I've made no progress. So I've already taken so long. At this point, I'm going to guess. Just because if it was a normal puzzle, I would not bother, but since it's a timed puzzle, I may as well just guess. So yeah, I deserve to lose some rating there. So what did I miss? Take, take. Oh, this is surprisingly strong. Oops. Okay, it won't let me do that. So after takes, I can probably just play king b1. And the point is that if you were to just play g6, I could take, and then I'm crashing through on d6. I didn't see that. Yeah, I really didn't think e6 was working, but I didn't see this idea of knight f5. That's a high level move. So that's unfortunate. We deserve to take the hit. Okay, so this seems like it's a theme of pawn promotion. So what if we just remove the defender and then push the pawn? Take the knight, takes the rook, push the pawn. If rook steps in the way, we block. If rook gives check, we just step here so that we can block. And then this square is covered by our pawn. Looks pretty straightforward. Yes, this is the same thing. We should step here. It's the same thing in a different move order. Yeah, okay, so clearly there's no reason why white can't give check first, but since we already had established that after here and here, after check we wanted to go here, it's the same thing from a different move order. So that's why we play here. Don't get distracted by the move order. And then everything came together. Okay, a little redemption. Let's go on. Well, we're in check and we have to probably take that. Why would we not take that? That's so confusing. Do people play king f6 without thinking, and then that's why they get this problem wrong? Or maybe I didn't consider this move. But we just go here. Alright, so now I'm guilty of playing before I've solved the whole thing. So white does everything to get out of the back rank mates. Our queen is attacked. I do kind of want to just play here. Counterattack the bishop. You know, if the rook comes here, I can always play bishop d6. Okay, that was a weird puzzle. Alright, so clearly there's some tension here. When we take this queen, this is going to be taken with check. Oh, and we are currently down a piece, so it's not good enough to just take the queen. Oh no, hang on. That would be fine. It wouldn't be good enough to sack the queen and then grab the queen. Then we would just be down the knight. So is there something better? Like queen g7. And then the point is that if this queen just moves somewhere, they drop the rook and probably back rank mate. Well, okay, they have here, but then we take. Okay, that actually. So what about queen h6? That could be really clever. Queen h6, and if queen takes, then we have mate. If queen comes back, we can take the queen and then take. So the only thing that I see for white is to play knight g6 there. Check. Because if we take with the pawn, we drop our queen with check. So maybe even better is queen g5 with the same idea. And this way you can take with the pawn. Okay, that one was good. I liked that. Okay, that one wasn't that hard. It's just that you have to see that there's this idea of back ranked mate, and that white's antidote to that idea is queen here. So your move has to save your queen without being your move has to save your queen because this was coming with check. Your move has to stop queen c1, so now it's queen here and here. And then here you have to think, what if white gives the check anyways? How am I taking that back? Because if we have to take back with the queen, then there's still queen c1. But if we can't take with the queen, we have to take with one of these. And this is just a, yeah, as I explained as I did the puzzle. So just by accumulating those little details, we find that the only move is queen g5, and that's the solution. Okay, so we made slight progress. We took a dip here because of this one puzzle, but overall, upward trend. I think it's safe to say that we're going to go for 2,900 and then probably 3,000. I don't think anything's really going to stop us from getting that. And then if we can hit 3,000, then we will probably switch up the format here. So that's all for today. I'll see you in the next video.